60% of founders fail by quitting. If you have a room full of 100 entrepreneurs starting their business, trying to take their business off the ground, statistically, 60 out of those individuals will quit their business, abandon their potential, and leave all of their aspirations on the table and wander away. So why do most founders quit? And in this video, I'm going to be cracking that secret. I'm going to be explaining how not only the neurochemistry of persistence plays a massive factor into how to actually succeed and not become one of these figures, but I'm also going to be explaining why they quit, why they fail, and I hope this will help you avoid that result. Let's get into it. Hello, I'm Dylan, I'm 18 and I coach unproductive people to turn productive once and for all. I personally spent over 5,000 hours or 210 days straight wasted on Call of Duty and other such video games. I had no progression, I didn't know what I wanted, and even when I knew I wanted to start a YouTube channel, help people, speak and grow my own business, I couldn't enact the work because I simply wasn't productive. I had the work to do, I didn't do it, but however, things are different now. I effortlessly and easily breeze through lives back to my work, for my business, for my education, and for my personal development goals. And it's because I don't quit. I am persistent. I posted 141 videos as this video goes out, and irregardless of the success I brought in or the failures I've had, I stay persistent because I understand the brain chemistry, the science of persistence. And that's what I'm going to be breaking down. In order to evade the chance of becoming a statistic, a figure, and a percent of those who quit, you need to understand these concepts. So firstly, why do these founders quit? These guys have an amazing business idea, they're trying to take it off the ground, but they simply pack it in. And it's due to, firstly, the effort perception to reward ratio inside the anterior insula. This is the part of the brain that you could imagine it as the cost-benefit analysis. Is the work we're doing, the stress we're having, the difficulty we're feeling in the day-to-day life actually rewarding us now, in the future, and will it have the potential to reward us in the long run? And the more it starts to tick over negative and unprofitable, and the efforts you're putting in aren't giving you the results you actually want, then your brain starts to logically evaluate whether it's the position for you to be in. Do you want to continue the business? Do you want to quit? Should you quit? And your brain starts to get into this negative loop of gauging the work that you're doing as unprofitable and it's not giving you benefits you want, and you should just pack it in. So that's the first reason, is because the inside of your brain, the cost-benefit analysis of the anterior insula, is perceiving the effort to reward ratio to be wacky, to be skewed, and to be negative, which is making you feel like the work you're doing is not giving you the benefit you deserve for the effort you're putting in. The second reason that most founders quit is because the dopamine simply declines. Dopamine is the neurotransmission of motivation towards the goals that you want. Dopamine spikes upon start. You're motivated, you're optimistic, you're hyped up to get going because you can see the potential in the future. Then you hit what's called the valley of despair. This is the trough of the success curve, the times when you're feeling like a failure, nothing's going your way, and you're not making any progress, in which you need to be consistent to get out of, to reach that informed optimism, that idea that you know what you need to do, you know what the end results are, and you can actually get success because you thugged out the trough. But so many people quit simply based on their brain chemistry. They have this long-term objective of reaching £10,000 a month, or getting 1,000 business sales, or of becoming profitable, but because it's so long term, because the objective is far away in the future, the novelty fades. It's not as exciting, you're not seeing results, you're not rewarding yourself as if you were getting results, and now dopamine starts to decrease. Your brain realizes it's not as impactful and as amazing and stable as an idea as you thought it was, so it stops secreting the motivation, stops secreting the drive to do the work, and slowly but surely you fade away until you're reliant on solely discipline, which, as we both know, is sustainable if you can master it, but crippling if you don't know how to work effectively. The third reason founders fail and they quit and they fold under pressure is because they haven't rewired their brain for grit. We've gone over the anterior insula and the dopamine decline that you see within founders and their business startups, but it is possible to change. You can rewire your brain to thug it out, to grit through these hard times and actually become persistent once and for all. And here's how you do it. You need to visibly track your progress, and whether it's using a whiteboard, a journal, or a daily planner to mark every meaningful action you enact, you need to make it clear that you're actually making progress. A habit track on the wall, a objective list behind you, so you can constantly remind yourself that irregardless of the results you're bringing in statistically via money or any gain like that, you are actually making progress towards the life you want to live. And that will keep you not only feeling more optimistic and hopeful in these dark and depressing times of the valley of despair, but you'll also allow your brain to secrete more dopamine to physiologically and neurobiologically make you feel more motivated to continue on and slug through this time, making you more persistent. The second thing you need to do is celebrate the effort, not the results. Obviously, if you hit a business milestone, of course, celebrate is celebrate. But if you want to consistently persist through the trials and tribulations of business, of making sure you're making a success productively, you need to ensure you're rewarding yourself because of the efforts. After an intense work block, you've worked for 90 minutes, you've completed an ultradian cycle of work, and you've made progress towards the business, irregardless of whether you've made money or not. You need to reward yourself. Your favorite coffee, watch something you really enjoy and you find entertainment, eat a nice lunch that you don't usually have to commemorate the moment of you completing an intense bank of work. Because just as you train a dog, you tell the dog to sit, you give it a bone, you tell the dog to sit, you give it a bone, you tell the dog to sit, you give it a bone, and the next time you tell it to sit, even if you don't have a bone, it sits because it's been trained. You work the exact same way. If you work hard and give yourself a reward that you enjoy, your brain links it, and the next time you sit down to work hard, dopamine is secreted, motivation is high, and the drive to complete the work is rampant, allowing you to not only complete the task efficiently and effectively, but consistently and persistently make progress towards your goals. Thirdly, you need to have a dopamine anchor. So dopamine, the neurotransmission of motivation, as we previously covered, can be anchored with scent, sound, or visuals. If you watch a specific motivational video every single time you do your work, that's the dopamine anchor. If you listen to a specific playlist every single time you do your work, whether it be ambient noise, 432 hertz, or a binaural beat, you need to have that consistent dopamine anchor, because when you listen to it, when you hear it, when you have it playing, then you release dopamine, because every single time you have it playing, you do the hard work. For me, it's a candle. Every single time I'm about to do a hard task, whether it be editing a video, scripting a video, anything like that, I light this candle, same one every single time. I've got like 4 of them over there, and it gets me dialed in because this is my dopamine anchor. This is the thing that's consistent in my schedule and my routine of completing hard work, giving me an advantage over the competition, because it physiologically, neurobiologically secretes motivation into my system, because my brain knows, smell that smell, do the hard work, and it builds a positive feedback loop around that smell and me doing hard work. Fourthly and lastly in the actionable steps to not become a statistic, to not fail and fold under pressure, is to plan your day like a founder, not a follower. This is important, and this is essential because half of the battle of being productive and consistently productive is having a plan you follow. Having a structured day plan can be the advantage you need to actually be persistent in order to get the success you want. Any car you want, any figure you need in your bank account, any person you want to make smile with the financial responsibility you remove from them with the success you garner lies behind a structured routine. If you wake up every single day knowing exactly what you need to do because you follow the same routine day in, day out, then you're going to have an advantage over the competition. And I have made an app specifically for this. In the top link of the description, you'll find my app. It's a day planning app, but the advantage you have using this compared to every other app on the market is I've branded mine perfectly. Who's going to be more consistent? The guy with the goofy Google Calendar template where they have their routine and it's blocky and it's ugly and it's disgusting, or the guy with the perfectly branded routine app with their ideal day plan that they can enact every single day, allowing them to be productive? And it's obviously the latter. I made it look nice, I made it effective, I made it simplistic yet based on neurobiology, with the amount of tasks that are on there, etc. And the best part is that it's frictionless. You plan your routine once, whether it be at the start of the month, the start of the week, and then all you need to change is the criteria, such as the work you do, the exercise you're doing, but the general flow of the day stays the same, allowing you to be consistently persistent and reach success that you actually want. I hope you take action. I hope you find this useful. Check out the top link if you're interested. But if you want that app for free and you want a free physical planner, then the other link in the description will take you to my 30-day productivity performance plan, where I'm generally guaranteeing that you will become productive. You will get 20 out of 30 days guaranteed productive, or I'll work with you for free until you get that result. You'll get my exclusive strategy, my personal phone number so I can hold you accountable, templates, trackers, tools, everything you need, any problem you have solved with the second link in the description. If that sounds interesting, check it out. But I appreciate you for watching. Thanks.